Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today, we're going to talk about the total cryptocurrency market capitalization and speculate on what if it's a double peak cycle. If you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, the first thing I will say before we even get into this is there is going to be nothing but speculation in this video. So, if that's not your thing, then move along, right? Because this is just dubious speculation, nothing you can take to the bank, not financial advice. But let's just go ahead and jump in for those who like to spend some time dubiously speculating, but don't try this at home. So we're going to go back to our total cryptocurrency market capitalization logarithmic regression growth graph here, or growth curves. And remember that our red line is our fair value. This is a couple days old. When I did this, the market cap was approximately 1.65 trillion with a fair value at approximately 571 billion, representing an overvaluation of 186%. Now, the interesting thing that we talked about again is this idea of taking the percent difference between the market cap and the fair value. It's shifted by 100%, so that undervaluation comes in over here. So just remember that it's shifted by 100%, and you get this macro trend line down. So I think you guys are familiar with that. But what if it's a double peak cycle? And the reason we're speculating on whether it's a double peak cycle is because of a lot of the similarities between this cycle over here, this accumulation, a lot of the interest cycle volatility that this market cycle had compared to this one. There's a lot of similarities there. We discussed that in a recent video. And we said, you know what? There's a lot of similarities between this one and this one, right? Down into the undervaluation, back up, back down, poke our head back above it, back down, and then blast off. Same thing. Down and then back up, down, let's poke our head back above the fair value, down again, and then blast off. What if it is a double peak cycle where we blast off, we hit some peak, we consolidate for a while, and then we go up again later on? We don't know if this is going to happen. There's a good chance it doesn't happen. But if it did, what is a mathematical way we could dubiously extrapolate? Well, we could note that this is approximately 2,000 a little over 2,000% overvalued back in 2011 compared to the fair value. Over here, it was 644%. This one was approximately 1,163%. We can note that this is almost exactly 1/3 of the overvaluation. So the intermediate peak here in early 2013 was about 1/3 of the overvaluation that we had at the peak in 2011. We know that in 2017, 2018, the peak reached approximately 1,163%. So if we were to drop down a third, that would put us at 388%. Remember, it is shifted by 100%, so that would represent a 288% overvaluation. And if it's 288% overvalued, and you were to do a multiple on the current fair value, that would put you at approximately 2.2 trillion. Okay, so again, there's a lot of dubious extrapolation going on here. There's a good chance this doesn't play out at all. There's no reason to think that it would play out exactly like the other cycle where it went down approximately 1/3, maybe had a cool down phase, and then went up later on. We know that there's always that possibility that it does something like this and continues to emulate what we did in 2013, but we simply do not know. So I would say, as always, let's remain flexible, right? I think it's very important to remain flexible from this point because, the route in which we take to potentially reach this theoretical upper trend line down is really anyone's guess at this point. I don't know if we're going to go straight to it. I don't know if we're going to come down or if we're going to go up a little bit longer and then come down and then go up later on. I don't know if it's going to take a lot longer. Of course, I have my speculations on what I think would happen, and I've talked about that in other videos. But at the end of the day, we're going to remain flexible. We're going to see exactly how long it takes us to get there, and we're going to somewhat dubiously extrapolate on the channel for better or for worse. So if you guys like the content, remember to subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. By the way, I would really appreciate you guys subscribing. We're just chugging along right now. We're getting around 8 to 10,000 subscribers a day. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get to 250,000 subscribers. We're almost there. At this rate, it shouldn't take that long to get there. Make sure you subscribe. We also have the Altcoin season sale. You can find a link to that in the description below. We're going to end that in a few days. So if you want to lock in the lower rate, you get access to the weekly reports and videos, the Telegram alerts channel, the trading view indicators, the risk dashboard, the week and more. There's also a new Into the Cryptoverse app that you can access the risk levels for. Make sure you guys sign up for that if you're wanting to lock in the lower rate. At the very least, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll dubiously extrapolate in the future. If you guys enjoy that, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.